Hey honey buns, today I'm sharing 5 things that you can expect if you're trying to teach English abroad without a degree. If you guys are interested, keep watching. Welcome to my channel. I am the Courtney Williams. If you're new here, my channel is meant to document my journey as a makeup artist traveling around the world with the hopes to inspire you guys so that we can all get our shit together. Amen. Amen. So today I'm sharing 5 things that you can expect if you are trying to teach English abroad without having a degree. I thought this would be a perfect video because I've literally been getting DMs on Facebook, Instagram, literally everywhere from people who are interested in teaching English abroad but don't actually have a degree. Now, it's not impossible, but there are things that you should expect if you are planning to take that route. So let's jump on in. Number 1, expect for it to be harder to find a job. And it may take you a lot longer than, say, a foreigner who does have all of the required documents. This is simply because having a degree is the minimum so that you can actually work legally in whatever country that you're planning to teach English in. And if you don't have a degree, there's no way that that particular government is going to actually give you a work permit. And if you can't get a work permit, that pool of employers who will actually hire you will just decrease incredibly. And even though it's not impossible, you do need to prepare yourself for that extra time that it may take you to find an employer who is willing to hire you illegally and under the table. Number 2, expect to get less pay as well as to be paid under the table. Less pay just kind of goes hand in hand with working illegally. Oftentimes the employers who are left are employers who are a bit desperate and are on a tighter budget and may not be willing to pay you what the country standard is for English teachers. Getting paid under the table is kind of just to not leave a paper trail. So don't expect for them to set you up a bank account, even though that is the requirement if you're working legally. A lot of times, specifically in Vietnam, I've noticed like they won't be able to set you up one because they have to show where that money is coming from and show that the taxes are the proper taxes is being taken out. And if you don't have, degrees and the minimums, they won't be able to do that. So expect to be paid less possibly, as well as be paid under the table in cash. Number 3, expect to have to go a little farther outside of the city limit to actually find a job. Oftentimes my friends who don't actually have degrees, they actually have to find those employers who often aren't in the city or aren't in the city limit. Sometimes these jobs are in like little remote cities outside of the metropolitan area. Sometimes they have to go a little bit farther for schools who are in more of a desperate need. So be prepared for that. You may not be able to be right in Ho Chi Minh City, or you may not be able to be right in Hanoi. You may have to drive a bit, like an hour outside of the city to actually find a school who is willing to hire you illegally. Number 4, expect to possibly have an inconsistent schedule flow. Oftentimes I've noticed where sometimes my friends are able to find a job with a school who is able to give them hours consistently, and sometimes they're not, and this is again just plays into their budget. And because you're working illegally and you kind of have to take what you can get, sometimes your schedule might not be consistent, or you may have to work with multiple different schools for you to actually get a full schedule to actually be working full time. Number 5, last but not least, expect to possibly get deported if you are caught working illegally. This just goes hand in hand. This isn't something that I've noticed to be a huge problem that you can always expect to happen, but it has happened since I've been here to a few foreigners. So working illegally, it's a possibility. It just comes with the territory. So be prepared if you do plan to come here and work illegally because you don't have a degree. All right guys, so this is it for today. When it comes down to it, it's not impossible for you to work abroad or work specifically in Asia or even Vietnam without having a degree or without having all of the proper documentation. But I do think that it does require a little bit more patience on your end. As well, I think that you should set yourself up in a good financial way beforehand, because you definitely have to be a little bit more flexible if you are planning to come and teach English without a degree. I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, don't forget to like and share it with somebody else who's interested in teaching English. And as always, remember, people will stay or make it worth their while. I'll see you guys later.